I still hear my aunt's voice, sharp and unyielding. "You'll never make a living with that nonsense. It's childish. Time to grow up." The room had frozen, her words hanging in the stale air like a verdict. My cousins smirked. The cousins I'd once thought were my friends, now rolling their eyes, shaking their heads as if I were a fool chasing shadows. The weight of their laughter pressed on my chest, but beneath it, a stubborn ember refused to die. I clutched my portfolio of digital game designs tighter, telling myself this was the fight I was meant for. When my father finally said, "You're throwing your life away," something inside me snapped. I couldn't stay. I left the next morning with nothing but a backpack and a dream everyone said was impossible. The years that followed were a blur of grit and quiet desperation. I crashed on friends' couches, the thin mattress pressing into my ribs as I clung to hope. Ramen became my staple, cheap fuel for endless nights coding and designing levels, tweaking characters, rewriting scripts. I juggled 2 part-time jobs, barista by day, night shift stalker by night. Rejection emails piled up like a cruel to-do list. Not what we're looking for. Too inexperienced. Try again later. Each no felt like a shove back toward the life I'd fled. But there were small victories too. My first game jam win. A Twitch follower who told me I inspired though. A developer conference had invited me to speak. Those moments warmed the cold nights and kept me tethered to my purpose. When doubt clawed at me hardest, I reminded myself, if I quit now, who am I really letting down? Then came the day I knew. My indie game had just crossed 1 million downloads. A major gaming site featured it with the headline, "The Underdog Who Defied the Odds." The first print copy of my game's art book rested on my desk, its glossy cover reflecting the city lights outside. I traced my fingers along the spine, feeling the weight of every sleepless night, every sacrifice. Success wasn't a loud celebration. It was a quiet affirmation. I had transformed from the kid ridiculed for wasting time into a creator whose work moved thousands. That realization settled in my bones. I had made it. Returning home for my grandmother's funeral was surreal. In the living room, my mother held a magazine, eyes scanning the pages until they landed on my interview. Her breath hitched, and for a moment, I saw pride mingled with regret flicker across her face, an expression almost lost beneath years of doubt. My cousin, who once mocked Red Dream, whispered, "I didn't think you'd actually come back like this." I met their gazes steadily, feeling the old wounds soften, but not vanish. Forgiveness wasn't instant, nor did I expect it. But standing there, I understood that my journey wasn't about proving them wrong. It was about proving to myself that dreams, no matter how impossible they seem, are worth every scar. The game designer they once dismissed was finally home, not as the failure they predicted, but as someone who had quietly rewritten their story.